out this morning. Started reassembling some of the interior bits. Stumbled upon this wild trash panther eating grass, having a bad attitude. What are you doing? That's my indoor cat. His name's Diddle. And hi, little buddy. Hi, little buddy. He's much tougher than the dog. Way less scared of stuff. Not sure if that's a good thing. Diddle. Getting somewhere. But, update on my idiot indoor cat. Absolutely filthy from rolling in the dirt. What is this? What is this? What are you doing? There's a dust cloud coming off of you. What is wrong with you? Children, you know what I'm saying? Man, idiots. So, I know you probably don't care, but this is my calendar photo. Anyway, one thing I've wondered since I picked up this beautiful unit we have here is if the dual climate was going to take a charge. I did reach down here with a screwdriver one day and push on the straighter, and it the ever so slightest little bit of pressure out. So, got this leftover partial can of R134 from this summer. I reckon we'll see if it'll take any. My helper here. Great. Make yourself useful. Go find some rodents or something. Clean it. All right. Excuse me, cat. Answer the gauge. Thank you. Well, it's definitely putting refrigerant in. Holy cow, I'm an ant mound. Woo! Kitty, run! Run, kitty, run! Apparently we got some ants there. Yep. Cat, you're getting bit by ants. Go, go, go. Covered in ants. I'm covered in ants. We're covered in ants. Great. Mission complete. Well, she took what was left of that can. I didn't leave the gauge on because it's down there. So, I guess the only thing that's left to do is start it up and see if the compressor clicks on, but I just covered the engine so I won't be able to see it. Should be able to hear it though. So, I was looking for a stray piece of pipe to put over this section where someone cut out the cat. I couldn't find one, but I did find this 90, which makes a super sweet side pipe. I hate that I love it, but I don't want to hear this thing straight piped, so probably not going to actually do that. But dang, side piped vans are cool. So let's start this thing up. Other than that fuel pump, it is notably quieter in here when the exhaust is dumping out there instead of right here. So it definitely is way too low of a cold idle. So I don't know. If the AC kicks on, it might just shut this thing off. So we'll hit the button. The light's not on. I don't hear an RPM drop. But also my fan, my blower motor is not working right now. There it is. That's surging idle too. She's going. What do we got her set on? Face. Alright. Fortunately, we don't have any dead cockroaches or alien skulls or mice falling out of there. Unfortunately, it is like early fall and it's in the morning, so it's cool out, but that kind of does feel like air conditioning. I don't know if I need to charge the rear system separately. I really don't know anything about these things. So, guess we'll run it like this for a second. That definitely feels like cold air coming out of the vents though. So that's... Lifted the seat up thinking I'd be able to see the AC compressor. Well, that was a lie. But we got the switch off. You hear the engine RPM. Hit the button. And you definitely hear it chug down. No idea where this smoke vapor is coming from. It's probably not an issue though. Unless it's refrigerant. Then I guess it's an issue. Could be. Who knows? Certainly not me. My sweet side pipe wanted to keep falling down and dragging into the ground, but it's okay because I made an adequate exhaust hanger for it. Honestly, that's a permanent solution if I've ever seen one. Yep. Steering, it works. Brakes, they kind of work. AC, that might work. Engine, like it's out. Transmission, first and reverse work. One more to get. Can't go very fast around left turns, otherwise my gas tank will fall out of the van. But so far I have heard it hit second gear. That's fun. I think that was a shift. I don't know. All the tires are pretty much flat. They're also 3 different sizes. My exhaust is still held up by a ratchet strap. Assuming that doesn't melt. Seems pretty loud. Coming to a complete stop at a stop sign. Get the trans to drop all the way back down into low. Second. Loud as shit. Third at 30 miles per hour. Not bad. Another stop sign. The brakes. I got power brakes. I seem to have decent brakes. Now that That being said, 30 is definitely the fastest I've gone. Third gear, brakes again. Cautiously, we go around this left turn so my gas tank stays in the van. Fuel pump is also just resting on the step. It's probably fine. It's a little too loud. Kind of want a muffler. Maybe we'll work on that. And that. Otherwise, honestly, she woke up pretty good. I think it needs another can of refrigerant. I don't know if the AC system leaks badly, but it does. It's working. But it's only got 3/4 of a single can in it, and I don't know if both systems are completely separate, but they only use one compressor, so they should be connected, which means there's no way one can is enough. This thing has 2 completely separate condensers and 2 completely separate evaporators and a whole lot of lines. This thing probably needs several ounces to work. I think I got a wheel loose though. Maybe we'll get back to the house. Got several tools in here, you know, including 2 electric impacts, few sockets, even a wheel key. However, we don't have a 21mm socket in here. And my side pipe fell off. So I gotta go get that, but it's probably hot. Test drive. He doesn't know it yet. He's taking a bath. Dirtball. He knows now. Oh yeah. Scragglepuss. So here's where we're at. It echoes in here. Okay. We're in the crappy van. All right. The other day, we went out and took it on its first real test drive. Got it up to 3rd gear. Drove it around. Lost the side pipe. She did all right. I came home, sold the Datsun. She's gone out of my life. No more Datsuns. God, I feel terrible today. Congested. Still having my whole neck and back pain. Should probably have that looked at. Probably won't. I did move my fuel lines so that I could have my boat tank secured inside the van and the door closed and still be able to drive around. Went and test drove the thing around a little bit some more. Got her all the way up into overdrive. That's right. She's basically highway ready. So, brought it home. Decided to pimp it absolutely the heck out. Oh, yeah. And then when I was moving it around the yard, I absolutely fragmented that alternator belt that was coming apart. Never seen a belt come apart the way this one did. It didn't just break in one place. It literally exploded into 40 little tiny pieces over here in the side of my yard. So, guess today, presumably, we'll have those in stock at the local parts stores. And maybe I'll just go ahead and do both. I think it's only alternator, power steering. Alternator runs water pump and AC, but it might be 3 belts. I have still not even really paid any attention to that. So, depending on prices, we might do all 3 or all 2 or just 1. I don't know, but we'll figure that out. So, upon further inspection, alternator definitely looks to just be alternator water pump. There is a second belt down there that goes to the AC, and up here we have power steering, as well as a ton of pieces of belt. Lots of pieces of belt. So I guess we'll run up the street to the advanced, see if we can pick up a belt for it. And then decide if we want to go from the top and pull that whole passenger panel back out, or if go to the bottom, or if a combination of top bottom or if just taking the clutch fan off. I don't know. This thing is hard to work on. I mean, I've had worse, but it's not fun. Unbolted the thingy, took the shroud out. Definitely plenty of access to get from the top with that out, but spun the fan, you know, because you would when it's right in front of your face. And the water pump, it's got a lot to say. Talkative little bugger. Yeah, let's go buy this belt. Part store number 3. Great. Really put my filter deck on the Corolla, but theoretically, third time will be the charm, and I'll get the alternator belt. Nobody apparently has it, which is silly because it's a shared part number with like 90 other cars. So. Yep. Hate parts. Had to go to the dang distribution warehouse center crap hole to get this belt. Better be the right one. So, in theory, this is our belt. Nothing to compare it to because this is our old belt. So, guess we'll toss it on and see if it seems right, because these days I have no faith in the parts stores, so it's probably wrong. Let's find out together. Does seem correct. Never actually seen a, you know, wing nut on adjuster brackets, so that's pretty cool. Guess they're saying you shouldn't have to go tighter than finger tight on this belt. Guess we'll find out, but she is on there. I did not buy a power steering belt because A, it's the easiest to get to, and B, it looked pretty decent. And I did buy an AC belt, which is probably foolish, because while I want this van to have AC, that little bit that I put in seems to have already lost its charge. So more than likely, the system's gonna leak too bad to be able to keep AC anyway. But I'm just gonna put a fresh belt on it and keep my fingers crossed then. Yeah. Well, we got all our belts back on. Battery hooked back up, fuel pump running. Let's see if they squeak like crazy. Man, this thing runs pretty high. Pretty good, huh? Massive power steering leak right here. That's cool. That probably needs just an O-ring. Maybe be able to fix that with an O-ring. Hope so. But we're not squeaking. Shut her off before she gets hot. I think we're gonna try to spray some of this scuzzy off of here with brake parts cleaner before we throw this thing back together for hopefully one of the last times. Man, $10 worth of brake parts cleaner really did not make much of a difference. That's still just an incredibly ugly engine. One thing I don't think we ever talked about is why I couldn't get the dipstick out. Typically your rubber down here seals off into there. Well, that rubber had broken off and was stuck down in the tube. So then when this strange little junction in the middle would get up to it, see, it was locked in. So I had to get down there with a drill and actually slice a hole in that so I was able to get it to pull out of there. Then this was leaking because this engine sucks. It's got a ton of blow-by and it's been spraying gas or oil out of the dipstick tube and burning off. So this is actually just a piece of vacuum line that I was able to slide up on there. Should hopefully create, not left-handed, a good seal. Looks like it will. However, I probably am gonna do like a retainer spring to hold it down tight. You know, ghetto engines require ghetto fixes. I'm really tempted to see if I can fix this power steering fluid reservoir line hose leak. But I just know it's gonna create a huge mess when I try. But if I let it just keep leaking, it's also going to create a huge mess. Ugh. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Surprised that's even remotely pliable. It's not. I lied. Okay. Man, it's leaking a ton already. What have I done? What have I done? Let's get a rag. God forbid I just go grab the right tool for this. It's not gonna come off of there without breaking. I just know it. But I tell you what, it is pouring out fluid. Great. Great. Spring clamps are the devil. Well, 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 if it isn't an absolute friggin' disaster. So, incredibly cracked, brittle feed line. Yep. So that broke. Go to turn it so it wouldn't drip. Well, that's breaking on the other side of the motor. Ironically, this piece of junk van has never leaked a drop in my driveway. But now I'm pouring power steering fluid. ATF. Absolutely everywhere. So now I'm gonna have to buy incredibly long, really big rubber hose that I don't even know where to buy because parts storage is worthless. Anyway, let's fix this leak by creating a way bigger mess. All right, so before this was the leaky disaster that it was, this appeared to be leaking around this base, which would be due to this O-ring shriveling up with its age. Hopefully a younger O-ring will help us seal that up. Not that it matters since that's so cracked now. Can't even get fluid to the reservoir. Jesus Christ, the size of the puddle under this van right now. It's been a long time since I've had a crappy vehicle with a power steering leak. Most of my junk doesn't even have power steering. But this should never put fluid in that reservoir. All right, younger, tighter, more supple O-ring installed. Now probably won't be able to get that down into the hole here. Simultaneously, it'll be just pouring out fluid all over the exhaust manifold and the ground while I try. So that's good. I cannot wait. Glad I already used those 2 cans of brake parts cleaner because, you know, I thought I had a big mess earlier. Oh, was I wrong? This thing is just geysering up fluid actively. It's pretty aggravating. I thought maybe once, you know, it went down a little bit, it would stop. Nope. Just pumping it straight up to the top like seismic activity. Come on. Go to your home. Go. You live here, I know it. Just go. Please. Just remember, I never said I was a mechanic. Look at that. Ran her home. Probably tore that O-ring. This was probably a waste of time. Where the hell am I going to get hose like this that's actually not going to start seeping in just a couple days? Tell me in the comments if you know, because never had success with other kinds of hoses on power steering fluids. Figure we'll blast all this exterior dirt off before I do anything, especially since I'm going to have to carry this thing around. So, this stuff sucks, but it is what I have, so I guess hit her with a quick smattering of that and blast her with the hose and see what happens. Hopefully, got 2 radiator shops kind of local to me that both online show that they still clean gas tanks. gonna call around, see what their turnaround time and prices are, and maybe get this thing dropped off today. That'd be productive, right? And the right thing to do is just put the gas tank back in the thing instead of come up with some boat tank. So, here she is. As you can see, a little bit of crunchy stuff coming out of there. This actually looks terrible. So I guess we'll blast all the stuff off the top. Take a look inside. I'll tell you what, guys, I was kind of confident going into this, but now I'm not so sure. Everything came apart with some pretty bad scaling in there. This was already bent too, fun fact. So fuel was just pooling there. But this is the filler neck flange, and it's horrible. So sending unit, well, literally seized in place. I don't even see the sweep where it's supposed to sweep. So don't think, even if I do get this tank cleaned out, she's probably not gonna have a fuel level sending unit. This is probably an NLA part. I'm sure it's the same as like Cressida, maybe A86. Once again, just not gonna be able to find one more than likely. I'll try to clean it up, but I doubt anything will revive that. Pump, well, this is clearly from the Paleolithic era. She's awful. I mean, crap, that's bad. Not sure if I can get the whole hanger or not. Either way, that can probably clean up. Definitely got to make sure the return isn't clogged. We'll have to see on that. Inside the tank, well, it's bad. It's extremely bad. What I kind of want to do, since this thing's undercoated, is I kind of want to just poke around down here. And see if, you know, I need to worry about it being rusted through anywhere. It still seems like it's got plenty of material to it. But I do worry I'm going to end up paying somebody to get the rust out of it and then find out it's actually got holes in it. I did find a tank online that's maybe exists for $115, but it's on a website I've never heard of, and I just really doubt that a tank for this van is something I can easily come across. But I guess I'll give that one more look before I end up taking this thing to one of these radiator shops. So the results of me beating on the bottom of the tank generated this fine few piles. See how this dickhead parked? Man, learn to drive before you get a big gas truck, idiots. All right, so we dropped the tank off at Hateville Radiator. Nice guys, hopefully. They seemed semi-optimistic. 2-3 days, we'll see. Went to Ace, try to find some power steering reservoir fluid hosey-dozies. This stuff, I like to use it for a lot of stuff, mostly because I just think it's cool looking. But it did say it's rated for a bunch of different chemicals and hydraulics and temperature and pressure. So, bought two different sizes. This big, very large noodle, and this slightly smaller noodle. Can't ever go to Ace because they always have some kind of like snacks, you know. Used to be pralines. I used to always buy pralines when I went to Ace. Now they got these Sprecher. Cream soda. Maple root beer. They got me. Extra $4 just right there. Could have got out of here for less than 20 bucks. Actually, I did. But still, probably could have got out of here for less than 15 instead of all these darn root beers. But you know what? I like to support Ace because they're always brick and mortar shops and they always have nice people working there, so. Dang, you see that thing? Do they even make a shorter wheelbase F350 than that? That is sweet. Can you imagine that with an even shorter bed on it? That'd be awesome. I love regular cab trucks, but man, space is nice. That thing's cool. Some good root beer. Man, let me tell you, what a pain. Once you get this power steering, ATF, all over your hands, you can't grab anything. So getting the hoses on and routed and clamps on and screwdriver turned and blase, huge pain. Now I have no spray chemicals to clean this friggin' mess up. Conveniently, it's under the heat shield on the exhaust manifold. Huge bottle. The alternator is completely full. Guess I gotta go get another can of carb cleaner. I know I can't start this thing. Well, got her all put back together again. Clear hose looks cool with the red ATF in it. Nothing like spraying down all your new belts and hoses with carb cleaner again after soaking them with ATF, but you know. Yep, started right up, ran smooth, so no squeaks. Hopefully that situation's situated. Guess I still gotta buy, probably should do trans flush, do an oil change, and get an air filter. Yeah, should definitely do those. Guess I'll wait to see if my fuel pump's gonna be good before I order a new fuel pump for that. Otherwise, pretty much to the silly stuff, like cleaning up the interior. And then we get to play with the suspension. I got some ideas. Oh yeah.